I'm okay. I'm here. There we go. Okay. All right, what were we doing? No idea. Oh, we were doing treasure hunting. That's right. We got. No, that's not. No regret. That'll work. Oh no, is my. Oh, there we go. What happened? Oh, I think my controller's busted. Who done this? That's annoying. Good thing I don't have to press right for almost anything. The only downside is trying to. Whoops. Slightly. Damn, I don't even know how to fix that. The clicky mechanism busted. If I push it in, it just stays in versus clicking down. What broke? Heck. Oh. Careful. Warning. Got a long way to go. That one's 2,000. Hey, what about this? 3,000 away. This one. I have to. There we go. That's better. Well, that's 1,000. 400. That's doable. And I forgot we got the sexy outfit. Oh yeah. Fine as hell. Like I say, I'd lose my mind if my controller broke and I couldn't do it because we've gotten this far in the game and all of a sudden having to switch to like my mouse and keyboard would drive me insane. Oh, hi, bandits.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Oh, pirates. Insta shit. Oh, because y'all are weak shit. Bada bing, bada boom. Come here. Oh, that's cute. God, there's so many of you.
Time to end this.
Overpowered. Oh my god, yeah, there's some. Yeah. Yes, come up from the back. Damn. Come here.
Damn!
Off with your. Ooh, fist hack. Y'all doing drugs? Pirates doing drugs. Over Pirate note. Oh, see, I can't read that because my thing's busted. Alright. I want to see of that or something. So we found a silver basin, a ruby brooch on the bottom. Means Queen Zulika's? Queen Zulika's treasure really is around somewhere around here, maybe in the hold of one of the wrecked ships off the west coast, but we can't check them at the moment. Waves are too high. We'll have to wait till the sea calm. We're pitching camp. There we go. It's right here. And it's a treasure hunt. Exactly what we were doing. Heal? Dead bodies. Too many. Picked the wrong fight. What's that letter? Can't read. Honestly, we looked and looked for that Queen Zulika's treasure, and what we found? Fuck, beg your pardon all. Though we have mighty enjoyed eating our fill of the oysters we fish off the bottom. You sure that map's the real deal, boss? Not some counterfeit? Because it seems to me that sailor cheated us. We'll keep looking around until something eats us or till you give other orders. Let's see if I can... Oh, that's right. I can't change anything. Otherwise, I would have... That's right. I can't. Shit. God. Well... Got what we got over here, boys. Come in, come in. Crowner. Something over here. Oh. That's not it, but that's still good. It's over there, too. Go, 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 go. Guarded treasure. Guarded from what? What's up? We are doing some more treasure hunting real fast. And my controller's busted a little bit. Unfortunately. I was on yesterday, and I didn't get home from work until 10 p.m. last night, so that's cool. Long day. It's so I don't know what happened, but the right analog stick, it still moves, but I can't like click in on it, so it's more of a quality of life thing. It is a little janky when I rotate, like it definitely feels weird, but the quality of life factor there is the thing that you use to click when you press on the right analog, is to one, change the quest that you're currently on. So like if you're doing a quest that has multiple things, so like say the quest I was doing before this, because I accidentally stumbled on this, had like 3 different options, I could toggle through all of them very quickly. The other thing is instantly reading anything I pick up, so if it's like, oh, these notes, press R to read these notes, I can't do that. But it's mostly just the janky feel. But there was I don't know if I can. I mean, I could unscrew the controller entirely and figure out what mechanism is broken, maybe. Hey! Ow. Ouch. 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 Yeah. Don't eat my pizza. I mean, it's frozen pizza. What's in here? Or nothing. Ow. Yeah, I'd have to like, see if it's a mechanism I can even fix. Do I even have this for like a... I can't tell if it's a special screw. Too dark in here. No, it's just a regular film. I could do it. But that's for another day. Tired. I will go as long as I can. We will see. So yesterday we were short-staffed. Was anticipated, but and on days where we're short-staffed, I get to play like pet tech. Glorified VA, I guess. I don't know what I'm... And so I had to do a lot of stuff on the fly that I had to learn. Let me in. Ah, good. No! Oh, I'm gonna die. Ah! Oh, I glitched out. That works. Let me up! Let me up! Let me up! Grounders nearby. Yeah, I had to... Tons of dead bodies are... What's down there? Y'all can't get me. Yeah, come on my turf, bitch. You won't. We had a dog that got, is dog aggressive, got into a dog fight. Very much a case of you should see the other guy. It sucks because it's a dog that they like, so the owner had these 2 dogs. This one was their first one. I don't know how recently they got the second one, but first dog just apparently got aggressive, like was the instigator, attacked the newer dog at like 3 in the morning, and then I went to the ER for that, and then after this dog's already stitched back up, they got into another fight. So this dog is like so fucked up. Just has like really bad, lacerations and stuff like that. Like I said, it's very much a case of you can see the other guy, because apparently is the other dog that they got in a fight with did not come to us, had to go to the ER again, because apparently it was bad enough that they described the dog's face as Quasimodo. So that about tells you how bad it is. Not good. Is one. Yeah, I mean, otherwise she's a sweet girl. So what they're gonna do is actually fair. Like, they are they do seem to understand what this entails. Like, the downside to having these dogs that are aggressive like that is basically oh, did I already do it? The downside to, like, if they wanted to rehome one of them, because they're not getting along, and that's completely understandable. The downside is if they gave up the aggressor, especially since she's a pit bull. If she went to a shelter, they would euthanize, like, because she's aggressive, and there's no way with her history. They're not gonna risk that, because, like, what happens if the shelter gives her to a family that says they don't have other dogs, and they lied? Or if they give her to a family, and the family is like, oh, let me go ahead and get a second dog against, their better judgment, then the shelter's gonna feel responsible for that. And there's liability shit involved. But regardless, aggressive, especially when they're aggressive pit bulls, oftentimes they do not make it in shelters at all. So what the owners are gonna do is actually, because she was the first one, they're actually gonna give up the newer one, because she is sweet and has not shown any dog aggression victim in this. So hopefully that means that there's going to be a better shot for both dogs in this case, because I mean, sometimes dogs just do what dogs do, whether it makes sense to us or not.
What?
But I had to help sew her back up. I wasn't doing the sewing, of course. I was just monitoring. It was very interesting. Because she had a pocket laceration, which means that it's like when it's almost like the equivalent of the jacket I'm wearing right now, where basically the laceration now functions like a big old pocket, so it's separated from that's weird. Yeah. I mean, I was just because she's there's no way we're doing this when she's awake, so I had to keep track of her oxygen and respiration and heart rate. But a pocket laceration is basically like, this is the skin, this is the muscle, this is, you know, the laceration here. Whoop. And now we can separate. And so this is the inside of the skin, and this is what you're basically putting a drain in. And oftentimes, sometimes if there's multiple lacerations, you'll have this laceration. You'll have like maybe another opening over here, and they connect because the skin has separated. So we ended up having to put in sewing them back together. But we had that, and then we also had I don't know if you know what a you ever heard of what a pyometra is?
Got anything interesting?
I asked my sister. My sister's an RN. She's a neonatal nurse. And so I'm like, hey, I was like, I'm pretty sure humans don't get these. Do you know what a pyometra is? No idea. So it's definitely not a
Farewell.
medicine at all. Pyometra, some slightly. But it is an infection of the uterus. Oh my god, there's so much pressure. Christ. It happens a lot of times with always these fucking letters, man. Why can't it just be actual treasure? Not reading. Anyway, it's yeah, an infection of the uterus. It happens usually pretty much only when they're not spayed. It is not like, I don't think it's, I think it's still possible, but it's a very, very low chance of happening, like, if your dog is spayed. I think it can also happen with cats, but I've only ever seen it with dogs, at the clinic so far. Yeah, it basically just have, no, I think it maybe only does have, I don't remember, because it happens with, it usually happens after, like, they have their menses, and they basically just, like, they get an infection after, you know, afterwards, and there's closed pyometras and there's open pyometras, and then it can even go into... No, we did have a cat that had a pyometra, so it does happen with cats. Ignore me. I just remembered we actually had one that ended up going into pyro... Ooh, pyro... I can't remember, it's called pyro, like... Not necrosis, but pyonetro... it basically means infection of, like, the kidneys or something like that. Basically, it's when the infection travels upwards and goes up into the bladder and kidney. So we did actually have to euthanize that cat because it's not gonna go well. Oh wait, going the wrong way because I hate that it automatically picks the first frickin' that it auto a quest. Jesus, there's so many wild dogs here. Hello. Yeah, the thing about pyrons is they can be fatal if they're not. They can absolutely be fatal. For a number of reasons. It is an emergency surgery. Pyos can explode. In the instance of like closed pyos, like the one we had yesterday, normally one of like the symptoms you'd see is like pus and
Come on.
stuff like basically serum and stuff like that, like excreting from the vulva, and like, so that's like a good solid indication usually. But for closed pyometras, there's nowhere for it to go. It's sealed up. Which can cause it to rupture. It's kind of like a blocked cat, if you're familiar with blocked cats at all. Oh, okay.
Move it.
Oh no, I did hear something. Let me get down, Jesus. Get down! Octress. No, that's us. Oh, I can't lock on! No! That is a problem. I am gonna have to fix that. I can't lock on, that's the right button.
Come on, come closer.
Ouch. Gotcha. Yeah, that rooster head. Nice. That was the first basilisk. Just can't look him in the eyes. Oh, nice. Oh. My swords, because I picked up a number of them. Ooh. 6% attack power. I don't know why. Hold on. I gotta figure out. For some reason, my cat is. I'm just going to put it, place it with the multi-chat. Hold on. I don't usually chat. There we go. Closed ones are harder to diagnose, but only in the sense of they're harder to diagnose before it gets real dangerous. Because you don't have a lot of the symptoms, like, to evaluate. And by the time you do have symptoms, you're like, oh god. So in this case, I brought this up because we had this dog that came in, and the symptoms were basically she's lethargic, she's not really wanting to eat at all, she her belly is very, 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 very bloated. And she is... she's very bloated. And her last menses was like a month ago. So... that's a steep pit. Down in the steep pit. Whee! So we did an X-ray, and I had to. Now I am qualified to do X-rays in the sense that I've done my X-ray like certification, so I can like I know how to be safe about it. And you do have to like. You can't be the only person that does X-rays, right? Like you have to. You have to change up who does like, and there's like a certain threshold, like, if you hit like a certain number of, oh yeah, for sure. Like if you hit like a certain number of X-rays a month, you basically are banned from doing X-rays because like for safety precautions, like I said, there's a certain threshold before you start possibly, getting a little high beamed there. What's this place? So I had to do this because we were, like I said, we were short-staffed, so me and another person, like all of us in the clinic are certified to do X-rays. It's just a matter of like making sure we're getting the right positioning and knowing where to like, right? Like if you're like, oh, well, we need to do oh, yeah, like it's crazy that people were just, well, I recently saw there was a video going around on Twitter, I think it was, or TikTok or something like that, where somebody was like, my roommate invented a, like, beam that allows you to see, like, their bones, and basically, like, showcased somebody literally making a homemade X-ray, basically, and not calling it that, and everybody was like, dog, like, you're just giving yourself, like, insane amounts of cancer. What are you doing? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like with the uranium. Ugh, God, the poor uranium girls, it's so fucked up. The fact that they still have, like, never done anything about, like the fact that they didn't do shit for them and basically blamed them and said, and, like, threw them under the bus. Yeah, my kids love, my kids love to eat uranium paint. My kids love to play with X-rays. Fine. Oh wait, I do know where we're at. We've been here. Never mind. I lied. I know where we're at. I'm all turned around. Is there a boat down here somewhere? No, we're still in, I go over there. Damn it. We're still in, well, technically we're in Velen, right? But we're... Novigrad. Novigrad's the city, Velen, country. Fast travel over here. Yeah, so I had to help, do that. I just don't know, right, like, I don't know positioning. They're just like, well, we need to get good photos of the abdomen, specifically around the pelvis, to know if it's a pyometra. Cool, don't know anything about dog guts, okay? I don't know anything about what I'm looking at on X-ray. Like, I've definitely helped before, where they're just like, what do you think? And I'm like, what? I don't know! Like, I know they're asking just to ask, but like, just because they wanted a second opinion, because they're just thinking out loud. But I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, man. Like, it just looks like a bunch of squiggles. It is fun when we're doing foreign body X-rays though, because you're like, oh, look at that. Look, there's that that outlet plug. That is a real one, by the way. We had a cat today that was a foreign body that ate one of those plastic outlet covers. Why? Why, cat? Why did you eat that? Who knows? Was it tasty? Also, who knows? But, so it's me and one of my front desk people who is trained on this as well, and we're trained on history, or, yeah, so, like, some medical stuff. And, just because, again, we just need somebody to get the dang x-rays. I'm like, alright, we're gonna do our best. Just, you know, tell me in general where I need to kind of, like, aim for, and we'll go for it. And, the other issue was this dog is fit to burst, right? This dog is ready to pop. She is so bloated. And, she's not happy. She's not having it. She does not want anything to do with us. She ain't wanting to cooperate at all. And understandable. Belly's very painful, belly's very bloated, and we're trying our best to be very cautious with her because the thing is, I mean, we suspect it's a pio. We're literally just getting, you know, photographs to, you know, see what we're looking at here and confirm that it is in fact pio. But if that's the case, then we have to be super careful, because if we accidentally squeeze a little too hard, and we might accidentally, rupture her uterus. We don't want to do that. So, we're like, okay, we need to get left lateral, right lateral, and, VD abdomen, which is, I can't remember what VD stands for. It's basically like, we need the dog on her back. So we get left. We're like, great, we got left. Alright, let's roll you over. Nope. And specifically, the vet was like, hey, when you do it, just, like, you know, do what you can. Try to get at least one, you know, try to get what you can, but, like, you guys are not as experienced with handling dogs that might be... And the whole time we are also doing this with her muzzle, too, because that was a concern. So we're like, you know, gotta be careful, and also you're not skilled at reading, you know, dogs the same way that we are, all that kind of stuff. So, which is fine. So we tried to get the other two, ain't happening. But we got the one, and I'm just like, okay, it looks good, I guess. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but you can see her guts, you know? What we're aiming for, so let's try it. And then I show it to the DVM, he takes one look at it and goes, oh! Yeah? I've never seen an x-ray that's more clearly a pio than this. And then we're like, great, we did it! Fantastic. Confirmed it's a pio. It's definitely a pio. Anyway, skip forward when we finally get her, you know, in surgery and stuff like that. I mean, we knew it was huge based off of the x-rays. So we're taking bets how heavy. Granted, it was a little late that I didn't know how, you know, I didn't know it was happening, but apparently people were taking bets on how heavy it was and stuff. The thing about animal medicine, too, is it's unlike human medicine, right? Human medicine means everything has to be sterile, right? Everything has to be super, like, you can't just have, like, things, like, on the floor. You can't have things, like, you can't just, you know, like, that's why I'm allowed to help, even though I'm not, med staff, is because, like, it's a little different than in, you know, there are some things that I cannot do legally, but it's a little different than human med. But the thing is, the same thing goes for, like, organs. It is very different than humans, right? If you're pulling stuff out of a human, it's got to go in bio-waste. It's very specific. It has to be, you know, gotten rid of a very specific way. Because, again, we were short-staffed, I was doing a lot of cleanup after surgery and stuff like that. We had to get rid of, of the uterus. And I'm like, hey, what do we do with this? And they're just like, just goes in the garbage. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I didn't know if I think, nope, it just goes out in the trash. Out with the rest of it. And I get, you know, it makes sense. I showed you guys that basketball-sized mask. That also went in the garbage. So, And that's the funny thing too, is especially when I was like really jaundiced earlier, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, like some of my med staff people, one of my med staff people was like, if we need to do like a blood draw and you want to do it cheap, like I'm willing to do a blood draw on you. And all the other med staff is like, absolutely not. I would not want to risk that because yes, I could probably do it, but I don't think that I could do it confidently enough to know I'm doing it in a sterile way, because they're like, because the thing is, med staff with animals is a lot of times you have only 2 hands, and again, sterilization's a little different. So, you know, you got the vaccine or the capped needle in one hand. All right, let's do it. You can't exactly grab the needle cap with your mouth in human med. You can't do that. So, but animal med, you absolutely can. And you can put them all on the floor. You don't have a sterile surface, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really matter. I mean, when we're doing, like, when we were stitching up the dog for the laceration, like, you know, we've got stuff, like, we're just laying on blankets. They aren't sterilized or anything like that. It's just blankets and stuff like that where, you know, we haven't really sterilized ourselves all that much. Like, it's very, very different, you know, like, I'm just wearing. So it's an interesting, weird thing sometimes, because, like, a part of me is just like, really? Is this all we gotta do? Because that don't feel right. Like I said, I'm expecting to be worse. Because I'm thinking, human med. Anyway, Pio came out. I looked down. So that was to say, with organ removals like this, especially when they're big, sometimes they just go on a I don't know who Peter Singer is. Maybe I do. Off the top of my head, I don't. Oh. Probably. I mean, the thing is, like, we do it, you know, in a way, it's one of those things where, like, yes, it's not the most sterile, but also, like, we are doing everything, you know, like, we can to make them, you know, like, say, like, we don't want them to get sick, or, you know, we don't want them to get any more, you know, infected and stuff like that. So, like, you know, we do hit them with, like, alcohol and stuff like that, but, like, if they're covered in fur, there's only so much you can do, right? Like, it's not like humans where you can shave, I mean, and the thing is, you can also still shave things down, but it's never going to be the same as, like, a human. So it's an interesting thing. But yeah, it's like, we'll do everything we can to, you know, mitigate their pain and stuff like that and make sure that they're comfortable. And I will say, there are some clinics, that do, like, nah, you're fine. This is more just, I guess, a further explanation, but, like, there are some clinics that don't necessarily, I'm not gonna say care, but, like, they don't. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I know Trump recently, like, posted some absolutely batshit insane thing. Let me get up there. It won't let me. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm like, I can't climb up this spot specifically. I know, well, I mean, this government's been beefing with the Pope, though, almost the entire time. Truly, we're living in, like, we're living in old times, man. The history truly repeats itself, because now we have another, you know, now we have another fucking world leader beefing with the Pope because he wants to be the Pope instead, I guess. Oh my god. Incredible. Fucking dumbasses. Absolute dumbasses. It's funny because I just... Fair. Yeah, it's like, if you're not a Christian, it's the people that LARP as Christians that drive me insane. Like, I just, you know, it's like, why? But like I said, and I explained last time, Catholics hate Catholic converts, so even if you do, like, even if you are a convert, most likely, I also still don't like you, because you're probably quoting some bullshit that we really don't even care about. You will actually... Here, if you want to tell who's a real LARPer and who's, like, an actual real Catholic, number one thing to ask them about. Because for some reason... I don't know, not for some reason. It surprises me, I guess, because I grew up with it. But, ask any, pseudo-Catholic or whatever, what is the catechism? Just ask them that. If they don't know what the catechism is, they're frauds. They're lying to you. They don't know anything about Catholicism. Because, surprise, Catholics actually don't give a fuck about what the Bible says. Catholics have their own fucking Bible. It's the catechism. Another basilisk. God damn, there's so many basilisks. Wow, that didn't hit. Oh. Down. Down, lassie. Ouch. That was actually one of the more interesting, like, I used to have, you know, a lot of, employees that worked for, or that worked for me, back at PJs, and we would have, like, interesting discussions about religion, because I do think it's, like, I think Protestants are whack, but I think it's interesting because I love knowing the differences, because it's like, but why? Like, why do you think that? And that's crazy that you do that. For instance, like, I think, like, Church of Christ, is the one that one of my employees, grew up in. And Church of Christ is nuts. They believe that singing and, like, that singing is, heathenist. They think that singing is an affront to God, which is crazy to me, because there are multiple passages in the Bible that is literally about singing. It's insane. They think singing's inappropriate, like, it's against, like, they're, like, basically Church of Christ is basically what Footloose is about, okay? Like, but take it to the next extreme. Like, they're, I believe, if I remember correctly, they are a group that does believe in, like, their ministers going to at least some sort of minister-esque school. But it was fascinating talking to them, because, like, we would chat, because they, or, like, specifically their dad, but, like, they didn't really understand, like, yeah, it gets weird when people start being like, but you can worship this way, but not this way. And you can do this way, but not this way. And it's like some of the most basic human instincts or basic human, like, things in the world, or, like, things that should not really, like, why is singing awful? Who knows? Like, what makes that sinful? I don't get it. Like, they were just like, like, they think, like, the Pope and the cardinals and bishops and priests and deacons is crazy. Why do Catholics have that? And I'm like, why do you just let some random person become your minister? And they thought it was interesting because I explained that, in case you didn't know this, Catholics have all of those things: the Pope, the Pope, cardinals, deacons, priests, bishops. They have all those because they are representative of the 13 apostles. So, like, St. Peter is the first pope because he is the one chosen by Jesus to lead the faith. So basically that's why it's St. Peter's Basilica. That's why St. Peter is such a big deal and why he has a lot of ties with the Pope. that is basically St. Peter is the first pope. And then all the other apostles are the first bishops, essentially, but priests, arguably. Basically, bishops are the shepherds of the faith and stuff like that. So that's where you get those. That's why they carry around, if you've ever seen bishops in their full gear, they carry around like a shepherd's staff, like with a little curled crook and everything like that, and the big tall hats. Cardinals came later, but cardinals are basically like, they're more scholars of the faith, I guess. Like, you don't really see cardinals outside of the Vatican, mostly. Like, there are some, but they're usually representing the Vatican. I believe cardinals did come more from, I don't know the history on those guys, but cardinals did come from more of more from like the actual like government factor of the Vatican. Like, there's a lot of cardinals, but cardinals are basically what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so tired. The Congress of the Vatican. They're the ones who vote in the new pope anyway. Very much a who's club. So you've got that. And then, like, yeah, priests are the actual, like, you know, followers and stuff like that. So, like, that's where they come from. Like, there's the actual, like, you know, a basis for why we have these groups, versus, again, in my opinion, I think just having some guy be like, I'm gonna be a minister, and I'm not gonna do any schooling, I'm just gonna get up on the pulpit and talk, is crazy to me. I know, like I said, I know some of them do go to schools, but not all of them do, and the ones that don't are insane. But then again, then you get some real whack shit, like Pentecostals. Do you know what Pentecostals are? Truly one of the most insane groups. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know jack shit about most of their beliefs, except for, like, one thing. Otherwise I don't know much else about what separates them, but, their main belief that that they follow is, I mean, I guess you could argue there are several sects like that, but, Catholics are, on Fridays during Lent. But Pentecostals, the one thing that really makes them stand out, since you said you didn't grow up Christian at all, and you're not Christian, Pentecost is a Christian holiday, Catholic holiday, where I don't remember exactly when it happens. It's basically after the Ascension, which is after Jesus rises from the dead. Well, that's Easter, but he rises from the dead, and then, like, yeah. I mean, again, like I said, all Christians can kind of be like that, depending. But yes, there are definitely some that are way more strict than others, and Pentecostals, I know, are why I don't understand some of these guys, because I'm just like, okay, so we're being super picky about this, but we're wearing mixed fabrics. That's against, you know, Old Testament shit, but we believe in some other Old Testament shit. What are we doing? You eat shellfish. You're not supposed to eat shellfish. But time people bring up fucking Leviticus. Anyway, so Pentecost basically was after the Ascension, which is, I don't remember exactly how many days after Jesus rose from the dead. I don't remember. I don't care anymore. But after Jesus rises, like, ascends to heaven, right? Body and all. Like, I think it's like 15? Yeah, I think it's like 15 days or something like that. I don't remember, because the Pentecost... Yeah, basically, like, it's either... I don't remember how many days exactly. It's either 5, 15, something like that. Days after that happened, supposedly, like, the Holy Spirit or whatever, like, comes down and, like, flames, licks of fire, like, descend on the apostles, and, like, it floats above their head kind of deal, like they're lit with the fire of the Holy Spirit, and they start speaking in tongues. They just start going, right? 50 days. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so 50 days. So it must have so I don't remember when the ascension. Oh fuck, I don't care anymore. Who knows? Whatever. Basically, the idea is that they start speaking in tongues, right? Like the fire of the Holy Spirit like burns it up. The Pentecostals are insane because they believe that anybody can just speak tongues. Okay, so if you go to like a Pentecostal service, like there's a whole section where they are just like, and now we encourage the congregation to speak in tongues, to speak with the fire of the Holy Spirit. And it's people just going nuts. It's people just basically like yammering and gibberish. Like I'm saying, like literally none of it makes sense. It's literally just whatever comes out of their mouth. And they're like, yep, that's us speaking the word of the I'm sure you have. It goes around on social media all the time, because it is insane to see. There's like there's an old documentary from when I was in college. Bible camp, I think it's called, like Jesus Camp. I think is what the name of the documentary. I don't know if those guys specifically were Pentecostals, but they definitely did that. Like they had the kids do that. And those kids were crying. Although there are a lot of different like evangelical like Christian sects in general that do a lot of that kind of let go, just like let it flow through you and it's very it's it's crazy to me too, because these are the same people that will look at like, have you ever seen Wild Wild Country? If you haven't, phenomenal documentary. I will regularly rewatch it because it's great. I think it's so fascinating. It's a documentary about I don't know if I have. I don't know if I've seen that one. There's in Wild Wild Country, it's about a cult in the 60s, that started in India under a I don't remember what his official title is. I know his name was like Rajneesh. I don't remember. Yeah. And Bhagwan. So I know his like maybe his first name is like Russian. I don't remember, or like whatever. Names are different. Yeah. So like when he comes in, and like one of the things in that cult was he yeah, she was crazy. Like I said, I think it's a phenomenal. Like it's an insane cult. But it is and what sucks is like I see what they're trying to do, right? It's very in line with the idea of the Summer of Love, right? In the 60s, it's very in line with a lot of these like communist ideals that and is clearly part of the reason why they were hated so much. And you know, but there's, you know, the cult aspect of it, which is crazy. But otherwise, like, you know, they're onto something. I get it. I understand why they believed in this and why they followed him. It's very interesting. But one of the things that they do in the video, if you remember, is they have those moments, right, where they are just feeling, right, and they're experiencing. They're just letting all their emotions flow through them, whatever it is. They're screaming. They're fucking each other. They are like stripping down. They're all naked. They're dancing. They're crying. They're laughing. It's whatever it is that they feel in the moment, right? And so many of these, so many Christians look at that and they're just like, look at them. That's insane. They're demonic. They're crazy. And then you go to a Pentecostal church or you go to a fucking denomination where they're just like, and let the Holy Spirit flow through you, and people are and crying and expressing themselves in bizarre ways, and it's like, is this not the same thing? The only difference is one of you is saying it through the Holy Spirit, and the other one's just saying, just experience your humanity. What is happening? It's two sides of the same coin, okay? It's exactly the same. This is why I don't like how hypocritical like people are. Oh my god. Oh, Ephesians. Okay. No, that tracks. Yeah. Yeah, quoting Ephesians doesn't surprise me. Yeah, like it's one of those things where like it's a very interesting phenomenon with humans. It's so fast. Like like I said, so as somebody who's not really religious, I find religions interesting because I'm like, why do you believe that? Why do you do that? But I also look at it from a perspective of like, because it's one of those things, like I said, where it's like these are two sides of the same coin. You guys are doing the same thing. You just believe what is happening within you is different, and you think the other person is crazy, and you think the other person's crazy. But you guys are doing the same thing on the same basis, and for the same reasons, to be honest. But because it's under a different like a different label, you say, ooh, scary witchcraft. But it's I love looking at religion and like the hypocrisy that happens with humans when it comes to it, because again, there's so much of it. For the sake, like, take for instance how Christians view, well, I guess Christians don't even necessarily like them, but how Catholics view like sisters, right? Nuns. Most of the ones that you see are sisters, not nuns. Small tidbit that because of the way I grew up, it does irritate me. Anyway, but sisters with their veils and their habits, right? It's covering almost your entire thing, and they all vary too. And the thing is, like, depending on what line, how far along you are into it, that depends on how covered you are. And novitiates are like the brand new ones, the ones that are basically like, I'm kind of getting into this. Like, I'm gonna do it for like maybe a year or two, and then eventually do my vows. They usually are just in like what kind of looks like school uniforms, not really, but like it's like like in the group that ran my school, so the Dominican sisters, theirs were like black and white still because that's what their habits look like, but they would have like a like almost like a black jumper and a skirt and stuff like that, and like a short black lace veil, but you can still see their hair, right? Like it's just a short little veil. Usually they wear short sleeves. You can see their arms, and usually maybe they wear tights and stuff like that. The skirt's not all the way down. It's like knee length, maybe a little past the knee, so it's like, it's not unreasonable. It's fine. It's kind of midway through there. And then you get into like, sisters and like nuns and stuff like that, where you're wearing the full habit. So that's the full white where it covers like about to like here, stuff like that. And then covers all the way down. And usually you cover all the way down to your arms and your legs, and it goes all the way down. And then you have the actual veil, right, that covers all you would normally see is like, like, oh, like maybe that much hair, like that. Maybe that's all you'd see. And then the veil usually goes down pretty far. Again, depends on the group, whatever the word I'm looking for. It's not group, but whatever. Like you look at those, and like Catholics are like, yeah, makes sense, right? You're devoting yourself to God. You're being modest. Order, thank you. Because I've met, like, again, I was basically raised because Dominicans, in the Dominican mother house for the entire country is in Nashville. So I've been to the mother house quite a bit, because most of my teachers lived there. But the schools, all the Catholic schools, are pretty much run by the in Tennessee. So I knew a lot of them. In fact, the mother superior, which is the head of that order, was my principal in middle school, and she still remembers, which is crazy. I don't know if she's passed yet, but apparently last I heard, like maybe like 2 years ago, my mom mentioned to me, or not, whatever, like fairly recently, like a year ago or something like that, my mom mentioned to me that apparently she still asks about me, which is crazy. That lady is like 95, if not like 99. That's insane. And she was my principal when I was like 11. So shout out to her. Very nice lady. Like, I will say that. No. I mean, yes, you have to. It's private school. You have to pay. My mom did do some like side work and stuff like that with them. Like at one point, she was the accountant and did some stuff during like the summer and stuff like that. Because it was a small ass school. I graduated 8th grade with 22 people. So like, you know, there's not a lot of people. So you know everybody pretty well. And those people I grew up with almost since I was in kindergarten. So, and she was my principal in kindergarten all the way until she became mother superior, I think when I was in like, I don't know, 5th or 6th grade. So like I knew her for a decent long time. But my mom just is still very much involved with the church, and like, you know, again, the high school I went to also run by the same sisters. So like sometimes, for instance, like you'd see, because they get moved around a lot. They never really stay in like one place very often. So like you would oftentimes have like a sister that was like your teacher, or like say, yeah, like there was like some sisters that were like, this is the 7th grade teacher. Oh, in 2 years, actually, I lied. She's no longer the 7th grade teacher. She's been moved to a different school. Like that kind of thing. That is not for the same reasons as why priests get shuffled around. It just is what it is. They just constantly shuffle people around. I don't know necessarily what the reason is, but they just do. But sometimes it was great because you had this teacher that you loved, and then they go away, and that sucks. And then you go to high school, and then like 4 years later, you're like, hi, hello, you're back. Hello again. Great. Happy to have you as my teacher again when I'm much, much older. Or sometimes you end up with your worst nightmare, which is a teacher that all of us despised in 7th grade, and then she left, and we were like, oh my god, thank God. And then Sister Mary David fucking comes back in your high school, and I'm like, god damn it, I did not want to see you again. Fuck! At least she wasn't my religion teacher, thank God. She made one of the sweetest girls in my class cry in high school, though, because she told her she was a heathen in front of her. Because not everybody who goes to Catholic school is a Catholic, okay? It's a private school, so sometimes people are other denominations when they go. Sure, just tell her she's going to hell. That's great. Good job, Sister Mary David. Anyway, calling you out. You might also be dead. You were pretty old, too. I don't care. You're never going to see this. God, I hated that lady. But some of them were great, right? So like you would, like I said, sometimes it lucked out. You would see some of your favorite sisters later, and it was great. But in that being the case, like oftentimes because you would see them kind of every now and then, or like because a lot, yeah, who knows where she's at? I don't know her enough to even judge that. But her heart is not great. I mean, maybe it's right with God, but it ain't right with everybody else in her life. Yeah, like I mean, especially when I was at in the high school, I would have a lot of a lot of my high school like events that surrounded us like graduating and stuff like that happened at the mother house, which is a massive I mean, it's where all of them live. There is a cloistered section that we are not allowed to go into, but it's a giant like dorm house, I guess, for sisters. And they have a very nice church there, like a very big cathedral, and everything. So it's like a boarding, I guess. It's styled like a boarding school. It was always cool to get tours there. And sometimes when you got tours, or like if you were going, sometimes you would see sisters that you hadn't seen in like forever, and you're like, hello, I haven't seen you in like 6 years. Look at how much I've grown. What's up? And sometimes you learn basically how to become a lady, because I have to know how to fold napkins and make thank you notes. Anyway, sometimes it helps. Like when I had to go to a gala, a very fancy gala, because it was a fundraiser for work, on Saturday. So I'm in my nice suit and everything, and I'm with one of the DVMs, and we're sitting down, and it's a very nice dinner. So you got the whole thing. You got the 3 forks, you got the 3 spoons, you got the 2 knives, you got like this glass, that glass, you got your coffee mug, wherever, you got the plate and the other plate and the all that stuff, right? I do know how to set a table. Okay, I do know how to do that. So I'm sitting there, and he's like, reaches for the wrong one. I'm like, hey, that's your dessert spoon. Don't use that. Bad. Don't touch that. That's the spoon you use. You go from the out in, okay? That is your dessert shit. That is your bread plate. Don't touch anything else. So I'm like, don't make a fool of us over here, okay? Like, proper etiquette, my man. Anyway, you didn't do cotillion? What's wrong with you? I didn't do cotillion, but I learned it at fucking, private all-girls school. Crazy to say that out loud now. I'm never getting invited back for alumni stuff. But and even if I did, it'd be very weird. But yeah, it's anyway, yeah, like, so because you'd see these events, like, yes, the sisters kind of would remember a good chunk of us, but I don't know, Mother Amory, which is her, because she was the Mother Superior. I don't know if they convert back to sister after they stop being mother. But she did memorize a lot of our names. So, and I don't know. I was one of the first, like, the school that I went to had shut down, like, had been built, like, in the 70s, had been shut down, and mostly because there just wasn't any good attendance at all. Like, nobody really wanted, like, there was not a big population of Catholics. And eventually it reopened. So I was like maybe the 3rd class behind the reopening. So like, I remember like when there was no 8th grade teachers, we only had up to 3rd grade because there was no need for them, because we didn't have enough students to even have a class yet for that. Which is probably also why she remembered who I was, because I was one of the first students in that school. So it's very nice that she still asks about me, even if I Catholic. But back to the sisters being a thing that is very interesting to me in hypocrisy, where that's very accepted. Even if Christians are like, we don't believe in that, we don't do all of that, they don't look at them necessarily like, I mean, there are some, but like, they're usually people that just hate Catholics anyway. But they look at that and they're just like, that's fine, they're devoting themselves to God. But then meanwhile, you have the burqa, or you have the hijab, or any other number of various ways for Muslim women to show their devotion. And yes, it is an issue when it's a forced thing, but when it is a thing that they want to do, is that not the same thing as somebody going into a fucking convent to go become a sister or a nun? Like, what are we doing? It's the same fucking thing! But it's because everybody believes that they're all forced to do it. And it's like, no, there are literally people who still enjoy doing it. Also, there is a level of, I know that there's some psychological portion of it, which is like, if you grow up in a society where it's like that, or if you grow up where that is a thing that you were taught needs to happen, even if you are given the ability not to do it, some people just, it's a comfort factor at that point, and they enjoy doing it. So, like, if it's not hurting anybody, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares if they want to wear it? Fuck. I don't get it. But, I mean, that's just... But that's why I think it's fascinating with the hypocrisy and stuff like that. I'm just like, you guys make no sense. You guys are basic... Also, everyone forgets that Islam is a fucking Abrahamic religion. You guys believe in the same God. Allah is just literally the Arabic name for God. Fuck you. Why is this? Oh, there he goes. I was like, why is this drowner floating on the water there? Actually, I did see there was a priest on Twitter the other day that was like arguing that, basically being like, yeah, no, the Pope is right, and Trump's like a fraud when he says like X, Y, or Z thing, and also being like, I don't know why people, people need to hear this, when it comes down to, I don't remember exactly, I don't remember what the topic was specifically, but somebody like kind of got him on the topic of basically being like, if Christians are gonna sit here and be as critical as they are to like Muslims, then they need to like look, basically look inward. Basically, he's just like I need to reverse. I thought that might have gone into something, and I was incorrect. Reverse. He's basically saying like, hey, if Westerners are so focused on, or so terrified of Muslims like being vitriolic towards like Westerners in general, like maybe again look at ourselves because of the things that we're saying. Like he's basically saying, yeah, like what are you guys saying? Because this is crazy that you guys are saying these things. And he's correct. Like the way that Christians talk about Muslims online is oftentimes worse than the majority of what Muslim, like any majority of Muslims are saying than like about Christians. Like what is happening? And I literally watched somebody be like, oh, that's right, this is, I remember what this is about. That's why they brought up Muslims. They were arguing that the Pope is compromised. Like, people apparently are arguing that the Pope is compromised and is not actually a really of the faith. Not because of the dumbass, like, argument that Pope Benedict XVI is still the Pope. They were saying that because the Vatican Library has a Muslim prayer room. And they're like, that's not allowed. And it's like, it is, because it wasn't built by this most recent Pope. It was built, like, literally forever ago by the guy who fucking, like, one of the guys who, not shortly after the library was made, he built this prayer room. Because the library is supposed to be a library for all Abrahamic religions, and even not even Abrahamic religions alone. It's supposed to be for scholars of any faith to do research, because that is kind of the whole point. It's supposed to be a giant, like, theological library of religion. I mean, primarily Christianity, but, like, it doesn't have only Christian books. And it's meant for everybody. And so apparently there was a pretty it was pretty common to see, like, groups of Muslim scholars like at the library. But the thing is, they pray. Okay, is it 5? 6 times a day? Fuck. I don't know nearly as much about Islam as I really probably could, to be honest. But they pray. I want to say it's 5 times. Yeah. Okay. 5 times a day. My brain is also forgetting, because Catholics, sisters, nuns, monks, etc., they all pray. I think it's 9 times a day, so it always. Because they got, like, Vespers and morning. Anyway, so, yeah, they pray up to.
Eternal fire be with you.
I feel, like I said, I feel like I should know that, but, or like remember that off the top of my head immediately, and I just struggle to recall that information a lot. But But yeah, so I mean, they pray 5 times a day. They have very specific prayers. They pray out loud, right? Like they have motions that go with it. They say things out loud. They're very involved in the way that they pray.
Show me what you
and
got.
It's the reason why they added the room was specifically because one, they did request it, but because it is actually beneficial, because then it doesn't disrupt other scholars in the library. It's not a hard ask. Like, it's not absurd. Why would you not just allow that? And it's not even that big of a room. They're acting like it's a massive, like they converted the library into a prayer room, and it's like, no, they added like a small prayer room on the side that they are allowed to use to not disrupt other people.
Something here. Just wonderful. Where's that artifact came from?
And so, like, people were throwing a big fit about it. Ah, shit.
What? Lost your nerve?
I genuinely didn't know they were behind me. That actually kind of spooked me. Nice. So people were basically, like, one, claiming, again, the Pope is, like, compromised and all this shit. It's silly. And so people brought up Islam in this moment or whatever, and they were just like, oh, well, why would they allow, like, a worshiper of Allah into, like, into the Vatican or whatever library? Oh, are we just gonna allow, like, the worshippers of Baal? And it's like, dog, just tell me you don't know shit about Islam because you said, oh, how dare they allow worshippers of Allah. It's the same God. It's the same person. Of course they'd allow them in. You guys worship the same fucking God. What are we doing? It's the same person. What, are you going to tell me that Catholics actually worship 3 gods instead of 1 because they worship the, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God? Nope, that ain't accurate either, so don't even start. Like, don't try me. Yes, because they believe he is a beloved, like, scholar and, I'm looking for a prophet. Okay, gimme. Yeah, if anything, like, I don't understand people who don't look at, like, in my opinion, the way that I look at it is, Judaism is Christianity 1.0. It was the beta. Or the alpha, sorry, it was the alpha. And then Christianity is the beta. It's Christianity 2.0. And then Islam is Christianity 3.0. It is the final release. The until we get, who knows, Christianity 4.0 because something else comes out of it. I guess that's Protestants. I don't fucking know. Yeah. I haven't done research on Zoroastrianism in so long. Honestly, shout out to Sikhs too. Like, Sikhism is pretty dope. I don't know enough about it as much as I would like, but I know enough to be like, shout out. Need to find. I was supposed to go to the passages. I thought I was in those tunnels, but I guess not. I guess I gotta find another entrance. Hello, don't mind me. I'm just coming through people's houses. Honestly, fair enough.
Your reputation precedes you, Geralt.
As they should. Like, there's too much fight. Like, the fact that this fighting hasn't, like, ended and it's 2026 is crazy to me. We didn't, like, toss all this. What religion really hasn't? I mean, right now, we are literally living through a genocide caused by, people who have hijacked a faith that is not, because it's not Jewish people inherently, but it's like they've hijacked it under the guise of doing it by that, you know, saying that it's for that faith. And there are Jewish people that go along with it because they believe it is benefiting them. I mean, it's not not unheard of, unfortunately. Of course he was British. Why wouldn't he be British? Not fall off. When have the Brits done anything good in their lives?
All right.
Get down there. Ugh.
The whole day.
Where are the passages? Oh, where's the next entrance then? Because I couldn't go through that one entrance. It was locked. I don't want to die. Actually, I should probably save just because I'm all over this edge right here, and I don't want to accidentally like fall down and die. Where's the sewers? Let me in. Oh God. Out of my way. Out of my way.
Smell that hangs in the air. Do you know it?
Why did I call my horse? Go down there. Am I gonna die? Ledge. Whoop. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Ah! There's a chest. Not what I'm looking for, though. I wonder if it's underneath the water or something like that. I don't know. God. Like, I was right on top of the thing, and it's like I can't... Hello? Get on there. Actually, I did get a different saddle. I want to make sure. I feel like I have the best saddle possible, but yeah, I thought so. You can always tell what's an interest of mine by how much I rant about it for hours. Is there a cave entrance somewhere? Maybe it was back in that little corner. I just didn't go far enough because I was in the boat. Get down! God damn. Oh, what's this? No. That's lame. That's definitely a modular piece that they decided not to. Because it was underneath the water, it's fine. Like, there's this little crevice in here. And it indeed does not go anywhere, it looks like. God damn it. Doesn't this look like it should go somewhere? That's stupid. I was in the passage. Maybe I need to go here or something. We'll do that. Maybe that's where the entrance is or something. It'll be like cave entrance or something. Dog, I just want the cat school gear, okay? And then we can move on. Sometimes treasure hunting is annoying. You know what's funny is I never realized I actually finished my first story because ADHD brain broken. Dog uterus was huge. 5 pounds. Just saying. That's finishing that little story. It is 5 pounds. Since I had to help clean it up. Because they were busy. Yeah, also, whatever you think it looks like, it is not what you think it looks like. I got concerned because when I saw it, after it got discarded, I was like, oh, I didn't realize we were taking out lower intestine. What the hell? Nope. Turns out that's what it is. It literally looks like our lower intestine. It's crazy. It also feels like if you ever wanted to know, it feels like a sausage. Because I had to, like I said, I had to clean it up. There were still like some instruments and stuff like that on it, like some scissors or like. It feels very much like pig casing, like sausage casing. It's crazy, especially since it was full. It was very weird. But I was like, no, that tracks. That makes sense, I guess. Like this is a very similar thing that it would be made out of, but it was definitely not what I was expecting. Interesting. I will never forget that. Very interesting experience. Ooh. These things like this. No. Lame. I'm just a random pitchfork. Yeah, let me hear myself on that. Okay, there's a door over here. Please, I just want to find the entrance to the passages I'm supposed to go to.
Save me.
That other passage. Cool. Pops mold in there. That's cool. There we go. I feel like we've been here before, except back in Novigrad. We're in Oxenfurt right now. Or maybe I have been here. I don't know. I feel like we haven't done much in Oxenfurt. Locked! Lame. haven't looted that stuff, so we must be more new. I just gotta... We're going the opposite direction, though. I guess we're just gonna explore this little area real fast. Hops, mold, antidote is this... Yep. Right here. Hooray, now we don't die. You know what's really funny too is talking about the cult stuff or whatever is I don't usually dream all that much, like, or at least if I do, I definitely don't remember it, like, ever. With how long I was at work yesterday, I'm not surprised that I was so exhausted. But I had... Oh, do I not get it? Oh. I just got an emerald ring. I don't know what it's for. Probably for a quest I have nothing to do with right now. I had super weird dreams. I do remember enough that even I remember I got up this morning and I looked at Anchovy and I remember being like, dude, I had the most bizarre dream. And it was... Let's see if I can remember, like... I don't remember... At this point, I definitely don't remember the first half. But the second half was the weird part, because I remember... I moved to... I guess, moved? I moved to China. That looked kind of like Siberia, which was interesting. But I mean, there are parts of China that look like that. Whatever, it's a dream, who cares? And I remember, like, chatting with, like, some locals, because I was like, I don't know where I'm at. And being embarrassed by the fact that, like, I didn't speak Mandarin. Yeah, this is definitely for quests that we have. I don't... and, we were chatting with people and they invited me somewhere. Oh no, we have been here. What? Was that in Oxenford? I thought that was in Novigrad. We have been here. Oh, wait, no. I thought we were not... Oxenford Gate. So we are in Novigrad. What the fuck, man? Okay, that makes sense. We are in Novigrad. What the hell? Oxenford's all the way over here. Alright, never mind. We are in Novigrad. The fuck? Alright, what's up? We're back in the bathhouse. How's it going, Bart?
Go.
Bart, will you let me loot these? Can I loot these and not have you not kill me? Yeah, I eventually end up like in this really elaborate like temple castle thingy or whatever. And there's a character that's kind of like like a good-looking who's the actor that played the Joker that everybody was like, oh my god, no? Jared Leto. Also cult leader, ironically, which is maybe where my brain, how my brain, like an actual attractive Jared Leto. I don't know. To me, I guess, in my brain. And like I remember him like chatting with me or whatever, like as we got to this temple, like suddenly I'm with the Chinese people and they take me here, and I guess you start chatting with them, and I can't believe Morbius morbed all over the place. He just morbed like that. He said it's Morbin time.
You was sweat like a swine in that jacket.
I remember like it was like midway through the conversation, he's like asking me about like religious stuff, like specifically I guess about my beliefs, and like I remember very much feeling like as I'm having this conversation with him in the dream of being like, haha, I'm in danger, because like I remember just being like, okay, great, thanks, I don't really want to answer any of your questions anymore, I'm gonna go now, and like literally like parkouring my way, like trying to get out, and it's like as he's chatting with me, he's like leading me further into the temple, and there's like people, like more and more and more people, and like it was supposed to be like, I guess I was supposed to be sacrificial in some aspect, I guess, like I was supposed to like marry the dude or whatever, and it was like fucking weird cult shit, because that's exactly where my brain was going with this for some reason. And I'm just very much realizing, gotta go, gotta get out of here. I'm out.
Sadie's thought to change
And
human hunters.
like him trying to make it a part of like whatever show he was putting on for his like cult. And there's like there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people like in the like that I keep running. You know, I don't know. Like I say, it's a dream. It's weird. And just. I remember waking up, like in a cold sweat, like, panic, because I was like, I have to go, because I was, like, literally, like, running away from him and, like, parkouring away, like, because I remember just climbing over, like, I just remember, like, having conversations, like, literally like this, where I'm just like, okay, that's great, fantastic, I gotta go, bye, let me just jump, and then him following me.
Beware the gutters.
I don't know, it was very strange. Yeah, because I remember, like, very rapidly, like, running down, like pews and, like, basically, I really wish I could recall more of it, where I could even, because there's no way, there's no way I could map out the temple. It's a dream temple. It makes zero sense. But it almost looked like it had like some like aspects of it that were like the grand halls of like a wooden, you know, like of an Oxenford, like a cathedral, if not like an old university and stuff like that. It was like wooden walls and some of like the insides of these walls and stuff like that we see in these games. And yeah, it was literally just me just getting away. Like, it was me just running away and being like, nope, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Like, this dude is trying to do something to me and I want no part of it. I couldn't tell you exactly what I was necessarily afraid from, beyond my brain just being like, be afraid. Be very afraid. Go. So. But like I said, I never have weird, like, I never remember my dreams, because they usually just, I either don't dream, or like my brain is so exhausted the next day, I just don't remember it, ever. But it was enough to really kick my fight or flight mode into gear in my brain. Okay, so this is where we came in. Oh. Yeah, there's gotta be, like... And it was weird, too, because, like, it was vaguely... Like, I would say it's probably not the closest. I've definitely had some very close, like... Could have, like, had I been slightly more conscious conscious to it. I like it could have been considered lucid dreaming. Like in this dream, I was aware that like I'm dreaming, and I was aware that my brain was being kind of weird about it, like with these things. But there was still such a massive fight or flight instinct in my brain that I was just like, nope, gotta go, gotta leave, I gotta get on out of here. Hey, perfect. I need to sell things to you.
Yeah, welcome to my workshop.
I've had
Sturdy
much
craftsmanship at a reasonable price.
I've had a dream that was very close to lucid dreaming, where I was like actively aware while I was dreaming that it was a dream. I just couldn't control it at all. It was just very, very strange. But they're, like I said, they're very rare.
Show me what you have on offer.
Why do I need these? Wow, your prices suck. Alright, what you got? These all runestones. Have I gotten everything else? God damn. I don't want to buy stuff for runestone.
So long.
Alright, where's my other point? I gotta get farther up. Nope. So I gotta go this way.
It just rained.
God. I didn't have any interesting cases. Well, I got to do a few things. I mostly monitored, like, cats while they were under anesthesia. Well, I had to monitor one that was a emergency. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a blocked cat. Not doing well at all. Strange blockage, though. Very odd blockage, because normally blockages are because of crystals and stones. And/or stones. And this one was not. It was because of an infection, so he had, like, clots. But he very clearly was not doing well. He, I basically, I had to watch him to make sure that he didn't code, basically. While we were sorting out things with owners and stuff like that. Granted, he was DNR, so, you know, if he coded, it is what it is. There wasn't anything we could do about it. I was just supposed to make people aware about it.
Truly wonder what will happen with the gutters.
Or us try to, like, save him before he, you know, like, completely codes out. Normally when you unblock a cat, the pee that you get is, like, bloody, but it's like pink, right? It's like diluted blood. It's very, very diluted. It's got, like, all the interesting colors to it. And this poor guy, when we unblocked him, it was just, it was like we had opened up a vein. Like, it was dark red. Like, it was thick. It had so many clots in it. It was so bad. Like, even one of the doctors was like, I've never seen a cat, a blocked cat, ever have pee that looked like that. Like, that's crazy. Because that's not pee, that's just blood. He's literally just bleeding. How do I get back over there? I was over there earlier. How do I get back over there? part of Novigrad's always so confusing to me. Yeah, I had to go on the bridge, and then... Yes. A sea, technically, because I believe this opens up into the ocean. This empties into the ocean, I believe. The port town. But it is mostly built on all these islands, so there's lots of bridges, lots of gates. A lot of those bridges are built like London Bridge. Before it burned down. Throat hurts to hell. I think before the exhaustion gets me, my throat hurting actually might get me before then. This is bothering me so bad. I want to, like, just get this part over with. Like, I just want to be able to find this piece and then move on. Let's just at least find this piece. I just really want... I mean, it might take me the whole fucking stream at this rate, but let's... Oh. What this is. Okay, not what I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
Yeah. Okay.
Adesso mi dà.
The rain will cleanse the city's
It's clearing up.
Mark my words, I'll kick him out.
It's not too late to repent.
Let's go.
Welcome back. It's like right below us.
I expect model behavior, Scap.
Can I go in here? It's like... Nope. Oh. This is like right here. That's not what I needed, but sure. All these damn saddles. There we go.
Ah!
Oh. No! It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Oh, whoa. There I go. I died because I entered in a space that was not. Okay, that's okay. That's why I saved. That is why I saved. I hit a rock spike. There I go. You know, down. I put up another like wall like thing for them to climb onto like a while ago. Nope. 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 Stop. Geralt, stop. Don't do that. Ugh. And it's been up there for a while, and only recently did they learn, oh, this is here. And now it's their favorite thing in the world. That's the same spot I died in. Ugh. Aha!
Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me?
Can't see shit. Knock knock, who's there? Oh, I remember this area. Vaguely. Hi there. Ouch. Ouch. Get wrecked. Wow, a place I actually remember from once. I mean, I recognize the place. I don't remember anywhere else, but... or like, where everything is, but I recognize it. I thought that was a person for a second. Look to the depths to be lifted up. As per the instructions of our supervisor, Irenaeus Varstangard, we have conducted a series of studies on the genotype of the creatures commonly known as drowners, sadly administering a poison made of fugu fish induced a coma in all the specimens in the study. After 24 hours, the vital functions of all above-mentioned specimens ceased, prohibiting us from continuing with the study. Okay. So they were doing...
Interesting.
that blood. Oh. too below to be lifted up. Okay. Oh, hi. Bam. Press. What is this? Dear Pascal and Timo, I've got a bit of time between these treatments I have to administer to these stinking drowners, so as promised, I'm writing you the recipe for my famous spiced chicken and pumpkin stew. Pumpkin, chicken thighs, or alternatively chicken breast, a mix of exotic spices. Cool, what spices? Milk of the Cocos nucifera, hard to get, but there's a ship from the Opiekenberg and Sons Import Company that arrives in the Novigrad port first Wednesday of every month, and those guys sell everything, striped horse included. Ah. Remainder of the list is ineligible. I'm sure you'll figure out the process on your own. Good luck, MT. P.S. You know me now. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so it has to do with the way these statues are facing. That much I can tell you. I just don't know which ones are associated with which. Oh! Oh, I got it now. Nope, go back. Turn your ass around. Face forward. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, I love Switch puzzles. They're great. Luckily, these don't turn all of the other ones when I switch, do the switch. It's not as bad. Yay! Look at that. Oh, drowners. Of course. I wonder if I could just drop a, bomb in there. Nope. I thought it'd be funny if it did. Damn. That's what I meant. Oh, that'll work. Ah! Like fish in a barrel. Y'all gonna make me hit you a million times, huh? I gotta get down there, that's stupid. Hi. Oh, shit. Ow! God damn it. Like, oh, fine, it'll work when I'm in the water, but not when I'm out of the water. Laboratory key. Anything else? Nope, just that. Oh, how do I get out? Like, how long they been down there? Getting... What were they eating? The question. The real question. Who knows how long these guys have been dead?
Ow!
What's over here? Another chest. Solid. Oh no. Okay. Invoice for a golem. Issued by Jehuda Lau. Purchaser Erunes var Steingard. Goods purchased. Guardian Golem. Clay, in parentheses, porcelain. Warranty. In the event of damage to the ceramic, please report immediately to the nearest branch of Jehuda Lau and apprentices. The golem can only be serviced by qualified company personnel. That name is a little questionable to me. Given where, what mythology golems come from. Well, Wraith. Come here.
Damn it.
No one said that the Polish were, woke by any means. I'm gonna actually meditate just a little bit. Yeah, let's name the company or like the group that services the golems named after like a name that sounds vaguely like Jew. Yeah. Well, now they're really crazy. Like the guy that, I don't know if it's the fuck, there's a guy in Poland that I don't know if he's like actually got a position of power or if he's like trying to get into a position of power, who's like a mix between like Boris Johnson and like Peter Thiel, I guess, which is crazy. He's super anti-immigrant, super right-wing, like he basically positions people with like crossbows and or like spears and shit to
No evil, only pain.
Interesting. What are you, a zombie?
Let's end this.
Wrecked. He like had people with spears like literally shooting at immigrants from like the tree line. It's crazy. Yay, we got all the cat, well, not all the cat school stuff, but a good majority of the cat school stuff. Now we can make a bunch of cat school gear. Finally. Took me like a goddamn hour or two. Feline boots. Puss in boots. Crafting. But yes, we'll have to go shopping. I'll have to go find, we gotta go talk to our armorer back in Velen. First I gotta drop some. Yeah, this shit's too heavy. Damn, that moonblade ain't worth shit. I mean, it's worth something, just not worth anything to me right now. Drop that. Drop those. Those. There we go. Now I can run around. Let's go find our friends back at Crow's Perch. I can't. But I'm pretty sure my cat's about to wear off, so. There we go. Now I can see. Oh, see, this was the easy way down. Ugh. Okay, where's the nearest signpost? There's only one. Just to read the laboratory log. Day 1. Luckily, the teleport deposited us directly in my laboratory. It's good to be home. I'd grown sick to the gills of that leaky tub. I hope that storm I summoned smashed it into those craggy rocks up the grassy knoll shore. The experiments which my student conducted on drowners in my absence did not yield the expected results. As usual, I must do everything myself. I'll administer a brew of medicinal opium to the subject. The milk of the poppy will keep the Witcher in a state of half-consciousness, and thus incapable of any resistance, commencing studies. Oh, they were experimenting on the Witcher. Note, I must hold off on my planned experiments while I clear up the demolished portion of my laboratory. I've set the bones in the forearm of one of my assistants. I'll now administer a quadruple dose of milk of the poppy to the Witcher. Jesus. Day 4. The subject shows incredible resistance to physical torture. Only broke after the second day of intense labor. Moderately satisfactory results from the interrogation. Garnered information about Witcher training in the cat school of Witchers in general. As I suspected, the cat school Witchers are the most part of elven stock. This school must have some tie to the elder races. Addendum, perhaps its founder was a member of the, I don't know how do they pronounce it, Anside? It's like Gaelic. It's just light armor. That's why they call it cat school. Light armor. Subject unfit for further study. I've discontinued his doses of poppy. Day 7. Administered an extract of cowbane and hemlock, and typical representatives of the human and I don't remember how they pronounce that. Elven species. Such a mixture provokes paralysis of the peripheral nervous system, and eventually of the nerve endings as well. This results in muscular, skeletal, pulmonary, and cardiac paralysis, and ultimately death through suffocation. And sheath. Okay. The Witcher is not, however, a typical representative of any species, though the poison did seem to cause some mild irritation. Motherfucker using sick. I don't know how to pronounce it, like, but as the SIC, whatever. Sick, I guess. Because it's, what, set in context. Okay. In his mild irritation in his nervous system, his mutated body quickly managed to neutralize the harmful alkaloids. In a matter of hours, all symptoms of the poison I administered have vanished. Day 15, stinging him with sea wasp toxin. Sea wasp? Sea wasp toxin did not provoke the expected results. What is that, like a tarantula hawk or something like that? Like, should be extremely painful, is not. In order to strengthen the toxin's effect, I have poured ethyl alcohol into his wounds. Jesus. His nervous system seems to be immune. Day 26. This poor guy. This poor fucking Witcher, man. Day 26. The subject has been tortured, poisoned, burnt, frozen, starved, and dehydrated. Despite it all, his body continues to function. He eats and drinks by himself, moves about his cell on his own, and is able to articulate simple words. Please, drink, don't hurt, stop. Conclusion. As I suspected, the Witcher is a superb Enugerman. A demon trapped in an excellently prepared body will become death incarnate, vengeful wrath made flesh, and placed at my command. No one has succeeded in creating a being of such power since the times of Malaspin and Alzur. This is a great day for science. Time to begin the incantations. This dude is fucking insane. Poor Witcher. We gotta go over here. I think that's the guy that we killed in there, though. The crazy dude. Alright, let's go. There we go. Rose perch. Let's see, we're gonna make it to 11 anyway. Oh, by the time I found all that shit. Actually, we should be able to find the last piece pretty quick, too. I think I can just directly teleport over there.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
I need to make cat school shit. Oh, I forgot, she had armor for
My
us.
armor coming along all right?
It's ready. I've reinforced
I
the
completely
joints and
forgot.
bathed it in acid.
So now we get
It's
extra
my
armor.
clan's tradition demands.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Oh, please. I'd not be here if it weren't for you. It's a gift, in thanks for what you did. Take it, and may it serve you well.
Thanks. And you take care.
Witch hunt armor. Damn it. Oh, it is better. Oh, and it's ugly as shit. Girl, you did me dirty. Thanks, I hate it.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
What are you selling? What's good?
Alright, I gotta sell you some stuff, because I have too much things. Too many things. Oh wait, no! That's okay, I'll just reply that. And I didn't, it's fine. Okay. Do you have any... You only have diagram ones too. Okay. Let's see.
Need some armor made. Witcher's armor.
Hooray. Okay, let's see. Inline boots. And they're worse. Except I think I can do enhanced stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I just sold a shirt too. God damn it. Dark steel plate. Make some shit for this real fast. I need dark steel plates. There's the feline armor. Gives me better attack power, but is so much worse in actual, like, armor. But then again, it is light armor, so... Alright, and then we need gauntlets. Inline gauntlets. But then we get bonuses, too, because it's Witcher gear. And then feline trousers. Do I not have enhance? Fine.
Take care now.
Alright, here's the feline armor. We got arms, baby. This is it. I remember this being a lot cooler. Maybe it's the enhanced stuff that I'm thinking of. What kind of bonuses do I get for this? The upgraded Grandmaster. Oh, bullshit! Hell yeah. I'm putting them back in the original stuff. Get back in there. We using the blunderbuss?
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
Need some armor made. Witcher's armor.
The trench coat thing? That was that ugly ass armor I was just wearing. The witch hunter's armor. Here. I just didn't see.
Take care now.
Because I did kind of just jump right into it. Like, it is slightly better. I just hate the look of it so much, personally. It's this. It makes it look like he's wearing a diaper. Like, in the front. Like, I just hate that little tunic window in the front. Like, I think it could be cool. I just hate that little front piece. Honestly, true. We should have a cod piece.
Geralt, good of you to come by.
Need...
Oh. iMac, I know, it's almost time. If I can't see. You are trying to get my pizza, you little bastard. I didn't finish it, I know. Finish any of my meals today.
Take care now.
What do you say we hit the hot?
He needs his metal banana hammock. Come on. Keep him guessing. Because they all want to sleep with him. We'll keep those for later, so whenever we can get enhanced stuff. The last stuff is going to be like the swords. I have no idea if those are going to be any good or not. No, you cannot have my pizza, you little bastard. Alright. We'll get the last stuff here, hopefully. That'll be cool. So glad I have tomorrow. The last 2 days were long. I mean, I basically got home and then just like... I got home, I cooked a little bit of some food. And I passed out. Hold on. Hell yeah, I forgot about that painting, yeah. You could shake hands with it. Oh, we've been here. Why, and I didn't get this stuff last time? Damn it. We're back in the garden that we pissed everybody. Oh, Jesus. Let's not die. We're at the werewolf. We're back in the werewolf garden. that Yennefer pissed everybody off in. It's above us. Aha. Oh, it's probably still down there.
Might want to look around some.
Oh. A wyvern. I mean, unless it is supposed to be down there. Might. Ah! Oh, yeah, see? It is. There it is. Yep. We did it. We got it. Easy peasy. Way easier than the last one. Now we just have a few other ones. Okay, this is the upgrade one. The upgraded for the cats. It's just... I don't like that. The silver sword for the cat school gear. We're not that far from. I know. It wasn't. It could, well, because we've already been here before. This, like I said, this is the werewolf garden, so we're just back in the exact same spot. Means I could go here and very quickly go here. The bear school stuff. I think this is the bear school. So the bear school is the heavy armor stuff. Oh, hi. I was like, I know. I was saying it's right here. Bam.
Might want to look around some.
I bet he has it or something like that. Hey, bud. I'm looking for some Witcher school. I'm gonna look around in your stuff. Is that cool? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's Griffin, not... Sorry, this is upgraded Griffin stuff. Bears. Bam, we got one upgrade. Now where are the others? Are they easily... that one... could be achievable. Quickly. Where's the other one? I don't know. Might be able to do that one quickly. Oh. Actually, no, this will be fast. Guarded treasure. I might not have been able to do this guarded treasure. Oh, hopefully it's the right level this time. Oh, that's this area. Yeah, I couldn't do this last time because it was way out of my abilities. Whoops, I hit the wrong one.
Oh, come on!
Because when we did this last time, I couldn't handle these guys. But look at me now! Come and get me, bitch. That's not what I want to do. Hooray. I was expecting this to be a place where people would suddenly come back to. I guess not. Anything good? Nope. Locked. I need this cat to wear off. I didn't mean to select the cat instead of... Just wanted... Locked as well. Damn it. Mac, I can't see. Speaking of question marks. Discarded treasure. So many raids. Come here, come here, come here. What's this? Oh, just a little headstone. Come here. Oh, a noon wraith. Okay. Hi. Owie, owie, owie. Ow, why are you hurting so bad? Damn! The hell? I was getting fucked. Fuck. Damn, I was kicking this wraith's ass and this noon wraith came in and was like, nope. No thank you. Got cocky. I know, I'm blaming the controller too. Oh, now I gotta fight all these guys again? Damn. So much better at killing them earlier. Is it cat? Is that an easy way to fight them? Does that make it better? I don't know. Thank you for whacking me in the face just for a second there, Mac. I appreciate it. Love you too. Yeah. Say hi. No, there's another one of you over here. Come here. Can you lay down for me, buddy? Because I can't see. That's not a, hey, get up. Come here, lay down. Come on. Go this way. Because I know that's what... Go after. You can't have my cold pizza. Oh, I know, you're licking your lips. Just because I'm done with it doesn't mean that you did it, Mr. You boy. Ah. Whoop. Got you. Here. Can you lay back down, bud? I know, it's almost time for me to be done, okay? I have cats falling from the ceiling. Everybody behaviors. Can't see. Mac, I died to this guy earlier. Can you lay down? I blame the cats now. They all up in face. You suck. That's rude of you. You get in the circle. Get in the circle. Thank you. Get back in the circle. Thank you. That was apparently Lady Carolyn, whoever that is. No, read close, mate. Lady Carolyn's hanged herself. Tragic love affair, something like that. Some gallant gent stole her virtue and then split. Her belly started swelling and, well, tragic results. But enough about that, let's get to the meat of the matter. I helped prepare her for her funeral, and I'm telling you, the shite they stuck in her coffin. More riches than a Koviri vault. I'm telling you that you couldn't even see the body for the glare coming off of all that silver and gold. So I'm thinking all these baubles won't be one prick's lick of good to our dearly departed lady in the afterlife, whereas you and I, why, we could put it to fine use in the here and now. So perhaps we should lighten her coffin a little bit, so as nothing goes to waste. Thing is, I can't go anywhere, but you're a free man, so grab a shovel and head out to the swamp graveyard. Start digging where folk have laid out fresh flowers, then we'll meet and split everything fair and square. Half for you, half for me. Deal? Polly. Anchovy, I love you, but don't do that. Ha! Anchovy. Sit in my lap afterwards, but you can't do that. Hooray, we got the gauntlets. What was that? Damn. Worse. I love Anchovy, but like, one of his favorite things to do is to rub his gums, his gross gummy mouth all over my hand, and it's like, buddy, please. I'm begging. At least it's not nearly as bad before his dental. His dental, I mean, he has no teeth because of his dental, and I'm so glad. That other one I think was also within teleporting distance, I think. Oh. Maybe. We gotta go to the ancient... Oh, the ancient oak's the one where we released that spirit into the horse. And said, alright, good luck. Oh. Love teleporting into monsters. Great. This way. It's not that far. Hello? Might be. Oh, probably not. Hey.
Ghoul's nest.
Gross. I mean, ghouls aren't nearly as annoying as they used to be. Hooray, we did it. With no ghouls in sight, apparently. Didn't even need cat. I thought it was going to be going a lot further in there. Hooray! Well, see, Arthur has the magic of a thing called gun. So... like, sure... Geralt could see him from... here's the thing. Geralt could see him from a mile away. He's got very good eyesight. And he does have magic on his side, but he's not exactly like a spellcaster. He can just do the signs, right? So, if Arthur was close, you could hit him with, like, the Igni sign or the art or whatever. But... and then he would also have to do the same thing with, like, the... whatever the one is that makes you, like, that does mind control, like Jedi mind tricks. But that also has a distance, ratio. So, like, as long as Arthur stays far away back and then has, like, a bolt caliber, like, Arthur's winning. Potentially, but I don't know if it's ever been tested against a 50 cal, so... Had 50 cals back then. I don't know what the highest caliber they had back then was. A bolt action, probably. Whatever is in the bolt action. I don't know enough about the... I know guns, I just don't know what goes in them most of the time, or like what caliber in them. We'd have to do some testing. Because Quen does break, but so you have to basically keep, like... It basically be like if he had a semi-automatic, then Geralt's out. Gotcha. I mean, like I said, I think the bolt action or like any sort of sniper rifle. If it's a semi-automatic sniper rifle, it's over with. And I mean, they kind of had semi-automatics back then. Like, we experienced that. Where it's like you get kind of close to it, where it's like the one shotgun, right? Where it's like it's the recoil that reloads it. Kind of like that. Honestly, though, like yeah, even if Arthur was close enough and needed to, a shotgun will. I feel like Quen has not been tested against a shotgun. Yeah. So I feel like it. I don't know, but maybe I'm overestimating the power of a gun. I don't know, we haven't really experienced anything that would be equivalent to like a gun in The Witcher that I could be like, oh yeah, no, like, he'd block that. It's like the, I mean, it's the Indiana Jones, fight, right? Wah, and then easy, done. I need to double check if because there's the anecdote that the only reason why that fight occurred that way is because he was experiencing dysentery. I want to double check that. Because otherwise it was supposed to be a highly coordinated fight or something like that, and then he was just like, what if I just shoot him? Because I don't want to do that, because I'm like suffering from dysentery while doing this. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, and like I said, I heard it was like specifically because he was like literally shitting himself, like... Maybe that part's exaggerated, but yeah, as far as I know, it was him just being exhausted. And also, I mean, it makes sense. He has a gun. Why would he engage in the sword fight? The gun's funnier. But yes, that fight is basically Arthur versus Geralt, unfortunately. Love you, Geralt, but the power of the gun is... We take the power of the gun for granted. It is magic in and of itself. Right? He did all of that work and then he just falls. He's like, sure, why not? Anyway, it's only barely, but I am gonna call it. Time I've been gone yesterday and come home and immediately got a computer. So appreciate it. I will hopefully be on next week as per usual. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll hopefully be on next week. It's just, yeah, it depends on where, and unfortunately Wednesdays are one of those days that, like, yes, it is better, but also it is very dependent on. So, but yes, I'll be back Wednesday. Have a good weekend. Thank you for joining as per usual. I will see you next time. Have a good night. Goodbye.